Japan is a country full of beauty, culture, history, and delicious food, and ideally you'd want a few weeks to savour its delights. But what happens when you only have 10 days? What can you do in that amount of time? Well, keep watching to find out. Having arrived late the night before into Osaka, our first task was to head directly to Tokyo. Don't worry, we'll see more of Osaka at the end. We'd booked a bullet train, or Shinkansen, a couple of weeks in advance, and were a bit nervous about the steep learning curve for navigating the ticketing system and the huge train stations. But it wasn't too hard once we got the hang of it.
Okay, we're on the bullet train
To Tokyo?
from
Shinasaka Station.
Shinosaka Station, and we have managed to do it.
We've reserved ourselves a seat in the green car, which is first class.
This is the Nozomi Super Express, bound for Tokyo.
The Japanese rail system is fantastic. The trains run on time, they're fast, comfortable, reasonably inexpensive, and you get to see the countryside in air-conditioned comfort. It's a low-stress way of getting around. Then there's the snacks available at the station. You can get quality sandwiches, pastries, or ekiben, which is a type of bento box meal. Mine had a rice ball, tofu, fish, a little sausage, and vegetables. We arrived in Tokyo and checked into our hotel, which was directly accessible from Tokyo Station. This was our first real Japanese-style room. Look at that dining area. The bathroom had a big wet room. And we love the Japanese toilets. We have a smart toilet at home, so we really appreciated having a bidet everywhere we went. Even public toilets have them. And all of the toiletries are included. Besides the usual shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion, etc., they also provide combs, hair ties, shavers, and toothbrushes.
Well, the price, how much do you think? Well, the price is coming in at around about 550 Australian dollars for one night. It's expensive, but this is Japan, and it's Tokyo, Japan. So, per square inch, prices are pretty expensive here. Also, I gotta say, we had exceptional service downstairs with a concierge of our own to basically guide us around our touring while we're in Tokyo for one day. They brought up our cases and deposited them into our room for us. Basically did everything for us. So far, so good, worth the money.
The first thing we did was get on the subway and head to Shibuya Crossing. You would have seen this crazy place in the movies. Basically, it's a huge intersection where several roads meet. There are lights and huge billboards everywhere. Pedestrians accumulate on the sides, and then, when the lights go green, it's a scramble to get to the other side. Utter chaos. Of course, we had to try it for ourselves. Tasmania, an introvert's worst nightmare. Shibuya crossing, and it's chaos. People just line up on either side of 6 roads, and then they all meet in the middle and sort it out to get to the other side. It's intense. We really enjoyed the Tokyo subway system. We purchased a 24-hour pass and got good use out of it. This day, we were heading to Team Lab Planets. I'd heard so much about it and couldn't wait. Team Lab Planets is a collection of multi-sensory, full-body immersive art displays that combine touch, sight, sound, and futuristic creativity. You simply wander through large-scale art installations. There was a room full of sparkling crystals, a dreamlike pond with milky water and glowing fish, floating flowers all around you like you're flying through space. An alien-like garden. Glowing spheres where you could lose yourself in sound, light, and touch. Or you could just act like a big kid and enjoy yourself. My favourite was this room, full of real flowers that hovered around you, rising and falling according to where you moved. A delight for the senses and an experience I'll never forget. We headed back on the monorail and then over to Tokyo Tower. It's 333 metres high and offers an amazing view of Tokyo. I'm not a big fan of heights, but I did enjoy the scenery. We spent the afternoon wandering around the back streets of Tokyo, finding hidden places where there were no other people. Final thoughts on Tokyo? An exciting city full of sights, sounds, and so many people. We had fun, but we're not really into the big cities and felt it was time to move on. Back on the bullet train, this time to Kyoto, where we'll be spending the next few days enjoying a bit more of the history and culture that Japan has to offer. The most practical option for transport in Kyoto are the buses. We bought a bus pass and made our way to one of my most anticipated attractions, the MiPig Cafe. As an animal lover, this was heaven for me.
I have 3 pigs on my lap. Look how sweet they are. Hello, darlings. They've got a pink one and a brown one, a dark brown one. I don't know what he's doing down the end there. He's just put his... Oh, look. Look at that. Oh, that's adorable. They are the most adorable things ever.
Oh, wow.
Hello, darling. Oh, look at this one. Oh, that one's my favourite.
It's a cafe where they serve you drinks while you get to cuddle micro pigs. The pigs seemed to love the cuddles and were piling on for more.
Can we have one?
No.
We've got room. We can have little pigs.
They're toilet trained too. Such smart little creatures. Feeling a bit hungry, we wandered around the nearby Nishiki market. A dazzling array of sights and smells. We watched some interesting food being made. How incredible is the artistry here? These are models of meals that you can buy, and they look exactly like what you actually receive when you order them. Amazing! For something a little more quiet, we visited the beautiful Nishi Honganji Temple. It's like something out of a movie. Not only is it beautiful to behold, but it smells amazing. All of that ancient aromatic timber. It was a very hot day, but that didn't stop us from walking around this tranquil place. I have here an ice cream, which we've just bought from the convenience store. I'm not actually sure what it's called. Don't know. But it looks like it's some sort of wafer thing with ice cream inside of it and chocolate. I'm just gonna... Ooh, it's like a waffle thing. Oh, it's like a little waffle box. And I guess you bite into it and it's got ice cream. All right. Not too keen on this stuff. It's not a waffle cone. It's kind of like a, you know, those cones you used to get when you were a kid back in the 80s, if you're old, and they came in a packet, and your mum put a scoop of ice cream in it. That's what that tastes like.
Not great.
It's not that good.
Okay.
But the ice cream and the chocolate tastes okay, and it's quite big. I don't know if I could eat that whole thing.
Okay.
Cheers. Enough resting. It's time to get back out there. We decided the best way to get to the things we wanted to see was to take a day tour. The first stop was the famous Fushimi Inari Shrine. Again, a very hot day, and there were a lot of people there. But we did manage to find some peaceful places to appreciate the beauty of this area. We waved goodbye to Fushimi Inari for the next stop, Kinkaku-ji, or the Temple of the Golden Pavilion. This was just a brief stop before my favourite, Nara Deer Park. I know if there's an animal to be cuddled, I'm there. But you can also see the Todaiji Temple, the world's largest wooden building. Or just wander around the beautiful park. But yes, I came for the deer. And after buying the special deer biscuits, I got straight into feeding. Over the past 1400 years, the deer have learned to bow for food. Isn't that polite? Watch out though, they're not always so courteous. I regret nothing. After a few wonderful days in Kyoto, we got back on the bullet train. This time to Hiroshima. Our hotel was attached to the train station, which was very convenient. Of course, Hiroshima is best known as being the first city to have an atomic bomb dropped on it. And the memorials to this horrific event are a must-see and very moving. But Hiroshima is more than its past. We loved the vibrant and friendly feel to the city and discovered the best food on our trip so far. They are known for a type of maple leaf cake called momiji manju, so of course I had to buy one. There are many varieties of fillings, but I chose custard. How good does that look? And did you know that Japan has some wonderful bakeries? I'd never associated baked goods with Japan before, but we had some of the best pastries, comparable to those we've had in Europe. Delicious fresh sandwiches too. We chose an assortment of treats. That should keep us happy on our next train ride. Oh yes. Final thoughts on Hiroshima? Well, it was wonderful. Although something terrible happened here decades ago, the city has rebuilt and has a sense of optimism. The people were friendly and we just loved the vibe. Close by and just off the coast is a little island called Miyajima, and it's time to go there. Miyajima is accessed by ferry and it's just a short 10-minute trip. You can see the famous Itsukushima Shrine Torii Gate standing majestically in the water as you approach the island. The island seems to be lost in time, with traditional architecture, shrines, and temples. And there's deer. Deer are just wandering around. I mean, it would be rude of me not to pat them, right? If you're going to visit here, I recommend staying at least one night. I'll tell you why in a moment. We opted for 2 nights, staying in a traditional Japanese inn, or ryokan. We loved the tatami and paper screens, and just the serene feel of our suite. Guests are given yukata to wear, and I felt very comfortable in mine. The island is green and peaceful. It's the perfect way to relax when in Japan. The accommodation included a traditional Japanese banquet each night, so we thought we'd try it out. I don't eat seafood, but I really wanted to immerse myself in the experience, so I gave it a try.
Good. Excellent.
It's interesting.
Remember how I said to stay the night? Well, the advantage of that is that you get the whole island to yourself at night and in the early morning before the first ferries arrive. Usually, Miyajima is very touristy and full of people, but it's pretty much deserted at night. And in the morning, you get the added bonus of actually walking out to the torii gate when the tide is out. Plus, they have the most magical morning song. You really do feel like you had the place to yourself. It's such a unique experience. So what's the best thing to do on a very hot day? Visit the aquarium. We had fun looking at all the weird and wonderful marine life, all in air-conditioned comfort. Miyajima was the highlight of our trip. We loved the history, the culture, and the natural beauty of the island, and it was a great decision to stay overnight here. But onwards now to Osaka and into an impending typhoon. Osaka was the inspiration for Blade Runner, and it's easy to see why. It's such a futuristic cyberpunk city. There's a huge pop culture of toys, anime, and games. look at all these people playing card games. I don't know what One Piece card game is about, so tell me in the comments if you know. So many cute things, including Hello Kitty. I've been a Hello Kitty fan since I was a little girl, so this was so much fun for me. A Pokemon store where the staff dance. And of course, Nintendo. Osaka is known for its food culture. We chose a restaurant simply called Cheese. I love cheese, so I was delighted to find large quantities of melted cheese on the menu. Why not? I personally think there should be more restaurants like this. Another day and more navigating the large crowds that are just a part of life in Japan. We're off to Universal Studios for a bit of fun to finish off our Japanese adventure. There was just a little bit of rain. My favourite part was Harry Potter World. I love Harry Potter and thought the sets they had built here were so immersive. Am I really in Hogsmeade? I want to live here.
9月には魔法界の若者が魔法を学びにやってくる。
And of course, Hello Kitty World. Hello Kitty churro? Yes, please. I can't fit that in my case. Finally, after waiting all day, we got into Super Nintendo World. An assault of sights, sounds, and colours. Although it was quite a spectacle, it definitely wasn't my favourite. I found it all a bit overwhelming and we didn't stay long. So was Universal Studios worth it? For kids, yes. I've been to quite a few theme parks all over the world now, and I just think I'm getting a little bit tired of them. It was fun, but probably not worth the time we allocated to it. And with that, it was time to return to Australia. I think in the short time we had, we did quite a lot. We didn't try to see everything because that would have been exhausting. We just focused on the parts that interested us the most and really got a feel for what Japan is like. A truly unique country with plenty to offer, even if it was for only 10 days. So what was your favourite part? What would you do differently? Let me know in the comments. I'd love it if you could give this video a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.